GameMasters here, and today we're going to talk potions and make 2 or 3. Magic and Dungeons and Dragons have always gone hand in hand. Magic items are always nice, but magic potions, that's where it's at. There's always a risk of excitement at drinking something that should grant you the ability to turn invisible, but instead can turn you into a frog. Potions are just flat out fun. Besides, who doesn't like to browse through the local town's potion shop? So here's what we have. Potions unlocked from Splinterverse. Yep, those are the same guys I did a review of a few weeks back with their book of the Feywild Companion. This simply means what we're about to look at is some good quality stuff, man. Not to mention, this can easily tie in to the new Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. There's always a potion, or several, found in a dragon's hoard. Now, before we get too terribly deep into it, I do want to point out the credits and all of the artists. The artwork in this is amazing, just like the artwork was in Feywild Companion, and I really want their recognition out there. Okay, so how is this book broken down? It's much more than just a book full of random potions. I mean, this thing goes into detail. We're talking about things that can go wrong, what happens if you whoops and drink too much, what happens if you spill some, what happens if you drink too much. This book has that information. And I want you to see the table of contents, but what's really cool is the fact that they have a table index in it as well. So if you need to look something up quickly, it's right there. What if your character wants to brew their own potion? How much would it cost? How long would it take to craft your potion? What all ingredients do you need? How confident in your skills as your character are you in actually putting this potion together? Are there any side effects? Again, this book has that information. There's even a massive table for wild effects. You know, I should have really used elderberries, but all I could find was blueberries to juice. That can't change the potion that much, can it? Well, let's find out. Rolled a 90. So on the chart, a 90, tiny storm cloud appears 1 foot above the target. Lightning flashes periodically inside the cloud, causing no damage. And occasionally it rains. Here's the one element of the book that I just absolutely love. Labels. Okay, admit to me right here, right now, in the comments below. When you go grocery shopping, how often do you grab the item that's behind the one in front? I do it all the time. Why? It's got a cleaner label. The reality is, the stuff inside is the exact same. But that label, okay, take this scenario. You wander into a potion shop, you see some bottles that look brand new, clean, crisp labels. You see other bottles laden heavy with dust, they haven't been touched in years. The label is hanging on by a literal thread. In fact, it falls off when the proprietor hands it to you. Now you're holding this potion with no label. How sure are you that it is what it appears to be? I mean, that's the kind of detail this book goes into. Details and potion creation aside, let's explore some of the pre-made potions and, shucks, let's make a few. No, I mean, let's actually make some potions. Just keep in mind that my bottles will visually look a little different than the ones listed in this book, but the potion itself is going to look pretty close. How about a bottle of concoction of the crystal Carapas? So when you drink this potion, you get a burst of energy, and as you begin to move, a half-inch carapace of crystal forms on your skin and clothing, and you gain the following abilities. Crystal Barrier. Your carapace has 30 hit points and an armor class of 15, so a would-be attacker has to get through that first in order to damage you. Crystal Warmth. You gain resistance to fire and cold damage, which is really handy if you're going up against a red dragon. Light Reflection. You gain resistance to radiant damage, also handy when you're going up against dragons. See, I told you this would tie into Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. And Limited Dexterity. Yeah, okay, this one's a little bit of a bummer. You have disadvantage to dex checks and dex saving throw, but, you know, that carapace is pretty heavy. How about we make a potion of memory mucus? Now, this is a thick liquid that you put on your skin or another living creature, and you can access its memories by asking 5 questions in your mind. The answers will come to you in the form of images and will be truthful. You could ask stuff like, where's the gold coin? And if the gold coin is under a bed, then the image of a bed might come to mind. One word of warning, however, you don't want to drink this. It can cause vomiting. Oh, and well, a second word of warning, wash it off when you're done. Otherwise, you might get a rash. Okay, how about one more? Let's make a potion of Feeblemind. Once you have this potion, you throw it at a target, and upon hitting, the target takes 4d6 psychic damage and has to make an intelligence throw. If it fails, its charisma and intelligence scores become 1. Yep, 1. For 24 hours. You don't want to drink this. You don't want it to spill on you. And if that happens, you may very well feel the potion's effects. Potions aside, this book also contains various plants, good part of the ingredients that make up various potions, and it goes into fine detail as to what those various plants can do. For example, the leaves from a lurching birch tree are used in Oil of Overlord. There's even a section on Peddlers of Potions, as well as maps of potion shops. Want to create an academy to teach potion making? You can find that in here too. Now guys, I have barely scratched the surface of what all is in this book, but I gotta admit, the goodies found within, this has swiftly become my go-to book of source material to add just fun, random things into my campaign. The only question I have for you is, what would a cool potion your character would want to brew up? What color would it be? What effects would it bestow, good or bad? Let me know in the comments below, and until next our paths cross, may the labels on your potion bottle never get mixed up.